Good afternoon. We are doing another episode of In Our Neighborhood. We're right here in Great Falls, Montana, visiting with Tina Stoken, General Manager of Fergus Farm Mutual out of Lewistown, Montana. We're just going to kind of introduce her to you as the public, and Janet, my partner in the agency, is going to kind of take it away and kind of ask her a few questions.
Ask you a few questions. We have to really preface by Fergus Farm Mutual is one of the only carriers, insurance carriers. And I don't even know that it's regional, right?
Are we talking mutual insurance companies?
We're talking you in particular.
Oh,
yes. We want to talk about
You. It's all about you, Tina. That's why you're in the center.
Well, Fergus Farm Mutual, we became a company in 1908. We were started by a group of farmers in central Montana. We're in Lewistown, Montana. And it all started when the big carriers wouldn't insure farms.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
And they still won't insure farms.
Well, that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
So if you can't get coverage, you make your own.
Anita rises, and here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exciting, actually, because mutual companies in general, that's how they got started.
Yep.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that history, or should we just focus on how spectacular Fergus Farm Mutual is?
Oh gosh, can we do it all? How much time do we have?
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, a mutual insurance company, a lot of people don't understand what they're about. We are ran by a board of directors, and we don't have stockholders.
Right.
So we are here for our policyholders.
Wonderful.
We know our policyholders. We only insure in the state of Montana.
Oh, there you go.
And yeah, been in business over 100 years. We're here for our policyholders, and plan to be here another 100 or more.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I'm excited. So when Tina and I met for the first time when she came this week, we were talking, and I was one of those customers. Yeah, so I had an older home. It was a Victorian home that had been restored, completely restored, put on a new foundation, new plumbing and electrical, and nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
They just so.
Yeah, for no reason, right?
For no reason.
Beautiful home.
Brand new roof, brand new everything. Everything was new.
New, yeah.
You know, except for the pieces that we kept just to not lose the ambiance of that style home.
And that's the thing, we understand our Montana homes, our
Right.
Montana policyholders, and yeah, we don't get hung up in the weeds about,
Right.
you know.
For example, a few months ago, I dealt with another carrier who canceled a policy because there was a 100-year-old chicken coop on the farmstead, and they wanted it torn down. And of course, the insured, no, we don't want to tear it down. It's part of the Americana, and it was completely safe. But that's why I think having Fergus Farm Mutual as an option is so important.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and what I appreciate too about the policies that you write is that in Montana we're very unique, where we may have a nice home, but that extended dwelling coverage along with the different features surrounding the home, such as barns and, you know, watersheds.
Tractors.
You guys understand and will take into consideration the reconstruction costs of those other items that are located on their property as well.
Yep. Things that work maybe in Minnesota or Iowa, it doesn't work here.
Right.
We know what does work here, and
Exactly. So that's a very powerful statement
the
as
local
well.
underwriting is really a powerful story in itself. So if somebody, and I think there might be a few of our viewers that have not heard about Fergus Farm Mutual, what would you say to them? What would you want them to know about you?
I want them to know that we value our policyholders, our agents. We embrace input. We want to hear from you. We want to have the best products possible. Sometimes there's not going to be the coverage that they necessarily want. But if you can explain that to them, yeah, they understand.
Right.
And we're in it for the long haul.
That's right.
We're not, once you're in, I mean, this sounds so cliche, but you're really your family to us.
Right.
And as a mutual, being ran by board of directors, you have a say in the company. And
that is amazing.
yeah. And we have local agents that we value just as much. You get me going about relationships, and people kind of tune out. But
No, not at all. That's the basis of everything.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it is. It's the number one. Yeah. That's the value. So, we use independent adjusters.
Which is awesome.
Being in the insurance
Creating
industry.
jobs for local people.
Yep. When you do have that claim, we're here for you. And I've been known to come to the office on a Saturday with a house fire. You meet these people and they have one set of clothes and
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
but
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we couple unique features that we discussed at the office here earlier this week? Because I think it's a fallacy sometimes that insurance carriers, like we were talking about, don't have the coverage for like the utility lines and that type of thing. And that's something I think people have the perception only larger carriers offer that, but you have two of those features built into your policies. Did you want to touch on those?
Thank you, Todd.
Okay.
And actually, we were one of the first companies in Montana to bring on the service line and equipment breakdown coverage. Great coverages. It was optional. Your standard homeowner's policy doesn't cover everything. We know that.
Yeah.
Right.
We try to educate our policyholders about that.
Right.
So when we can offer a coverage that fills in those gaps, it's and we were one of the first. I'm kind of proud about that.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. I would shoot your own horn. So people can't reach out directly to you though, right?
Oh,
Unless
wrong.
you're a client. No?
Oh, I'm always available.
Okay, so if somebody were to reach out to you, we'll put up how they can do that. Our goal is to help them find you
Yeah.
and learn more about Fergus Farm Mutual.
Yeah. I feel like you know your policyholders. They're going to come to you before me, but I'm always available, and I'm always happy to answer any questions they may have.
Wonderful.
That's
Please
awesome.
support Fergus Farm Mutual and make them one of your preferred carriers.